the past 60 years, Texas Bank and Trust has stood on the principles of integrity, professional excellence, and corporate responsibility. Central to these values has been the bank's universal commitment to inspire, involve, and empower its people to serve others. An organization built on servant leadership, TBT's Spirit of Community has brought together individuals who share a common vision of improving the lives of their neighbors. Hello, I'm Karen Partee, and in this special series of Between the T's, we will explore the different ways in which TBT officers and employees are using their unique gifts and passions to give back in their respective communities. Joining me today is one such individual who is using his art to feed those in need. Mr. Blake Waymire serves as a lending assistant in our Canton branch and has started a very important program that he calls a ministry. It's called Food for Art. Thank you for joining us today on the program, Blake.
Hello, Karen.
Before we get into talking about Food for Art, because I do want you to delve into that quite a bit, I want to start by asking you, how did you get into art yourself?
Well, I've always loved art. I mean, even as a little boy, I was just kind of enjoyed it, but it really didn't hit me and stick with me until probably about my sophomore year in high school. A buddy of mine was doing portraits, and I was like, man, I've got to try that. And so I went home, kind of printed off a picture, sat down and drew it. Wasn't perfect in the beginning, but I just kind of stuck with it. And I really love this. I love the realism. I love the expression, that's in a photograph, and just the mood that a picture can, that you can capture from that.
So doing portrait art is very intricate, a lot of detail just to get it right. How did you even know that you had the gift before just sitting down that one day and just starting to draw?
Honestly, I just, it's one of those things, it's hard for me to explain. Like, I sit down and I do it, and honestly, I don't know how I do it. Other than, the gift's been given from me, or given to me from God. There's a lot of times I just, I can be very messy with a piece, and it still turns out looking like what I'm trying to draw and everything,
So you take your gift and now you want to start what you're calling a ministry, Food for Art. Tell us how that program came about, because I understand it was born out of a tragedy.
Yes, ma'am. Almost a year ago, there was a few tornadoes that came through Van Zandt County, and the church that I'm heavily involved in the praise band and everything, we had the opportunity to team up with another church here in Canton to put on a benefit concert and just a huge prayer session over the county. Just a whole bunch of churches got together, and pastors and everything. We had some worship music, and it got me to realize there's a lot of people in need in our community, and what better way of giving back than a gift that God's given me. So
people give you canned goods or non-perishable food items for your art. Do those items go to a specific organization, or are distributed among many?
At this moment, I guess kind of distributed among many. The first batch of food that I got, a lady out of Martin's Mill, she has this, I guess her own little ministry called Backpack Buddies. She gives canned foods to kids in her class who, are less fortunate and everything. So a huge box just went to them for that and everything.
So if someone is interested in purchasing your art, even from seeing this, how do they go about doing that with a canned good item?
With a canned good item? I guess they can just reach out to me via Facebook. I have a Revelation 320 Art, or my Etsy account, which is under the same thing. And you can reach out to me there, message me, and we can just work out the details and everything. I mean, it's something fresh, something that's growing, and I'm just kind of excited to see where God takes it.
Absolutely. So where does this idea of service come for you? You work at Texas Bank and Trust here in our Canton branch. What does that mean to you to work at an organization that is faith-based, that encourages others to give of their time and talents?
It speaks volumes to me. I've never worked for an organization that has had such a servant's heart and been so involved in the community and taking care of the customers, and on top of that, taking care of their employees. And it's cool to see it start from the top and just work its way down the chain. And it just opens up avenues to get involved in the community, such as with Main Street or Rotary or any other organization within the towns. it's just allows for networking and, just, getting to get out there and meet and greet with people.
So if someone were to ask you what service means to Blake, what would you tell them? How would you sum that up for you?
Service to me, I'll take it back to the Bible. It's just having a servant's heart. Bottom line, our duty here is just to help those around us and to administer as much as we can to the people around us, and to show the light to the people that, are less fortunate. And we're always called to make people feel better and put a smile on people's face.
Excellent. Well, thank you, Blake. We appreciate what you do in the ways of serving and carrying forth the TBT mission to be a part of the communities in which we serve as well. Thank you for what you're doing, and thank you for Food for Art. We appreciate you sharing your gift in that way. If you want to learn more about TBT's community, continue to watch our YouTube channel here as we continue to spotlight officers and employees of Texas Bank and Trust who are giving back to their communities in which we serve. Service, it is the idea that connects all of TBT's employees to its mission and our mission to the communities at large. Thanks for watching.